Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Thinking Tackle. I'm Ali Hamidi and we're at the very wonderful but slightly wet Road Lake in France. I'm flanked by my good mate James Armstrong, and as you can see, he has got off to a flyer. Look at this stunner. Jimmy,
yeah.
Any ideas how big this one is?
It's got to be 20 plus this one now, and it's fish number 3. This is the icing on the cake of all 3, to be honest. I lost one in the night, and was rewarded with this earlier on.
Well, it's a great start. We've done a night already. We came in the evening, got set up. We're also joined by a very good friend, Richard Stewart, further down the bank, and he's helped himself to a lovely, plump little common carp. So, without further ado, shall we have a look at your baiting approach, son?
Yep. Bait and the way that I've introduced it so far has been the key to my success. Over on the far bank there, I've got lots of overhanging bushes, there's some real snaggy trees there as well, and the fish are cruising up and down that margin. And what I'm trying to do is get them grazing on different spots, feeding in different areas rather than congregated all on one sort of food table. By doing this, it makes them a lot more susceptible in actually picking up your hook bait and making a mistake. Now, I'm using a theory that I've learnt from many sort of underwater experiences, and it's called the buffet theory. And basically all that is lots and lots of different baits. It's just a mixture of particles. There's all sorts in there. There's sort of different shapes, different smells, different tastes, and the carp absolutely love it. It basically stops them from becoming preoccupied on one particular bait. However, what I will say, in here there aren't really many nuisance species, so I can get away with it, but on many French waters and in the UK there are lots of bream, roach, tench, etc. And sometimes you'd have to just use boilies on their own. In such circumstance, I'd actually air dry my boilies. There's a bleak there, it's actually just from the rain. I'd actually air dry my boilies if I'm fishing for longer periods of time in France. So anything up to a week, I'll simply stick the boilies into an air dry bag and leave them hanging in a tree or something like that. It's really simple, and we'll just preserve them and make them fresher for longer, basically. After every fish, I found it particularly important to go and put some more bait in. Rather than putting all your eggs into one basket, just piling it in and waiting for the fish to come to you, you want them returning over and over again. And if there's large amounts of food everywhere, they're just going to stay there feeding and you're not going to get many bites. What I want is the little and often approach. So yesterday evening, I started off just scattering a little bit of bait over the area, not too much, just enough to get them into the zone. And then I had a fish at about 2 AM. After that, I popped back round with my bucket, got a few handfuls, scattered them to the left, centre, to the right of the hook baits, all up and down the margins. And then, like I said, I've done it after every single fish. This just keeps them returning for more. As you can see, it's absolutely tipping it down with rain. And I'm not going to be using those shorts that I brought to France, unfortunately. It's not exactly spring weather, but there's plenty of carp out there still. They're leaping out of the water, the wind's hacking into this little bay, so I'm really hopeful of some more action. So I'm just going to put the rod back out, maybe we'll get some more. Well, we're in the latter stages of the fight now, and it's absolutely pouring down with rain. As I said, my little and often baiting approach has really been working. I put some bait in about an hour ago, and it's got them grazing back along their margins again. And I've literally just hooked this one. It was a big drop back off the marginal shelf, and I wound down to it as quick as I could and made contact, and now I'm in. And she's scrapping really hard. They really go well, these Road Lake carp, and they're in mint condition as well. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, there we go, finally. Well, this is the result of that epic tussle earlier on. The fish are coming thick and fast now, and so is the rain, unfortunately. I'm going to go and put a little bit more bait in, and hopefully the action will come throughout the night. Well, we've just had dinner. I flicked the rods back out and it's gone within about 15 minutes. Well, it's the end of day one and I'm really enjoying myself now. I'm getting amongst plenty of these beautiful road lake carp. Just check out this angry chap. Absolutely scale perfect, big rubbery lips, and they're really getting on my particles now, so hopefully there'll be a few more tonight. The weather's changed a little bit, the rain's just sort of died off and it's pretty mild, so hopefully there'll be plenty more action.